Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadalage Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramanubhishtam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupanugacharya Varyambu Rupamanjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karuniyam Yugacharya Narayanam Vancha Kalpatarvyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namni Gaura Tuise Namaha Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Ismirahasar Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priyam Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshava Sacha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ramo Ramo Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Sri Guru Pada Padma, Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Ashtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Srila Gurudev. And to my most worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru, Nitalila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Ashtotara Sata Srimad Srila Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj. And to all Shri Rupanava Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavata Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. Text 19. A sincere prayer for attaining Radha Dasya, spoken in a voice choked with emotion, is found in Istavamala, Sri Gandharva Sampratanashtaka number 2. Ha Devi Kakko Baragad Gadayadya Vacha Yacheni Patya Bhuvi Dandavad Udbhatarti Asya Prasadama Buddhasya Janasya Kritva Gandharvike Nijagane Gananam Videhi. O Devi Gandharvika, today in utter desperation I throw myself on the ground like a stick. Filled with great distress, I implore you with a choked voice to be merciful to this fool and count me as one of your own. So this is a very famous song of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad that Srila Gurudev used to sing also always. And it is very, very important to know. So now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Here, Sri Rupa Goswami is offering an extremely awful prayer at the lotus feet of Sri Swamini. Please also count me amongst your intimate maidservants. Even though he is one of Sriman Mahaprabhu's eternal associates, he considers himself Anajati Rati Sadhaka. So, Ajatarati Sadhaka means the sadhakas which have not yet awakened bhav. There is not a great difference between humility and prema. In Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita states that in the fully mature stage of the most exalted prema, natural humility arises, and incessant prema develops when humility matures. Therefore, in humility and prema, a relationship of mutual cause and effect, or producer and product, is clearly seen. So what Gurudev is saying here is that the more you manifest prema, the more humble you are. But also the opposite must be there. So the more humble you become, then more prema can manifest. So in this way, he's saying that both are influencing themselves, each other. So the phrase Kakku Bhara Gada Gada Yadya Vacha indicates melting of the heart, which is the external symptom of prema. The word Ha expresses longing, utkanta, and the word Gadgada, which means with a choked voice, indicates that this prayer is beseeching and filled with humility. Because their longing is so intense, the Brajadevis are able to reject their family members and the rules and regulations of society. Due to intense feelings that Shyama Sundara is mine, Mamata, they are also able to cross over all obstacles and impediments. Shri Krishna, who is controlled by this Mamata, which is filled with longing, considers himself ever indebted to the gopis. The words Devi Gandharvike express the glories of Shri Radha's good fortune. They refer to she who is a mine of sweetness and beauty, and who, by her captivating dancing, singing, play on musical instruments, and performance of other charming arts, completely enchants the mind of Shri Krishna. Deep attachment filled with longing and humility is the wealth of Ragamarga sadhakas. I think I mentioned this last class, that the mood of separation is very, very important in the stage of sadhana. And the more separation you feel, it is an indication of your love and humility as well. So why is that? Because when you are longing in separation, you understand that the object of your love is not with you. So it must be because you are not qualified to have it. So if you feel that you're not qualified, therefore you are separated, then it brings the sense of humility. I am fallen, I am destitute, I am unqualified, therefore I don't have Radha and Krishna with me right now. So there is no reason for me to feel proud and arrogant and with false ego, thinking that I am very qualified. So then, because of that mood, then the real prema can manifest. And that prema is imbued with the sense of mamata, possessiveness for Radha and Krishna. So, and that sense of possessiveness will move you towards your object of affection. So therefore, what the gopis do, they will break all the rules and they will just run towards Krishna. So that impels one not to wait anymore for his beloved, but just to go and try to find him. So in this way, the gopis, they leave their homes and they go to the forest to meet with Krishna. So Srila Sanatana Goswami defines humility as follows. If, in spite of possessing all good qualities, one considers oneself wretched, abhorrent, and incompetent, this is humility. It is humility only that attracts the mercy of Sri Bhagavan and makes a person a worthy recipient of Sri Krishna's grace. In fact, real humility is not mere external behavior. It manifests from the heart. So I like to define the word humility also as the one who is obedient to Krishna's laws, Krishna's orders and instructions, not to any mundane person. So we have also the example of the gopis. The gopis, from a mundane perspective, they are not humble because they left their house, their husbands, mother-in-law, not respecting them. So therefore, they came to Krishna, and because they obey Krishna, they are subservient to Krishna, then they are really humble. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Hari Hari Kobe Mor Hoibe Hobe Henodin, verse 2. Antara Bahire Sama Vyavahar Amani Manada Hobo. Krishna Sankirtane Shri Krishna Smarane Satattama Jiyarabo. No disparity shall remain between my internal and external behavior. I shall not desire honor for myself and shall instead offer respect to others. I shall remain constantly absorbed in chanting Krishna's names and remembering him. Text number 20. A prayer to become a maidservant of Shri Radha who attracts the mind of Shri Krishna is found in Shri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi 39. Svenukankaram nipatitas kalitam shikandam brastam chapita vasanam brajaraja shuno yasya kataksha saraghatta vimurchitasya tamradikam pachicharami kadarasena. When will I be engaged in the rasa-laden service to Shri Radha, whose arrow-like sidelong glance causes Sri Nandanandana to faint, the flute to fall from his hands, the peacock feather crown to slip from his head, and his yellow cloth to fall from his body. Now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Bhaktira Samrita Sindhu 1-2-291 states, Tishang Bhavat taye lubdho bhave antradi karavam. The deep attachment from which ever fresh greed is born, in which is displayed in a variegated way, manifests in an astonishing, unparalleled manner, and reaches the stage of Mahabhav. Only a person who craves to attain this kind of transcendental sentiment is eligible to enter Ragamarga. Taste or ruchi is the most important aspect of Bhav Bhakti. When a person has ruchi for Raganuga Bhajan in the mood of Madhurya Rasa, he relishes Sri Radha Madhava's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes in his hearing and chanting. By this kind of bhajan, one can perceive the method of the service of the Nitya Siddha Manjaris. In this text, Sri Saraswati Pad is praying for the nectarious loving service of Sri Radha, who enchants the mind of Kanu or Krishna. Concealed within this verse is the influence of Madanakya Mahabhava on the heart of Krishna, who is in the emporium of all nectarian mellows, Akila Rasamrita Murti. Padma and other Sakhis somehow allure Shri Krishna to Chandravali's Kunja, leaving Srimati Radhika distressed in a state of extreme separation. The clever Kinkaris, however, skillfully brought him from there and submitted him to Srimati. Sri Radha's mood of contrariness was then set in motion. First, she forbade Krishna to touch her. Then she exhibited feigned anger and cast a crooked sidelong glance at him. So what Gurudev is saying here is that the friends of Chandravali, Padma and others, they brought Krishna to meet with Chandravali, and Radharani, she was feeling so much anger because of that. And then now the Manjaris, Rupa Manjari, Rati Manjari, they have to rescue Krishna and bring him back to Radharani. So what they do? They rush inside of Chandravali's Kunja, and there they find Krishna. And then they inform Krishna that a big demon has come to Vrindavan and he has to go there and kill him. So then Krishna immediately leaves Chandravali and follow the Manjaris. And then what happened? They bring him to the Kunja of Srimati Radhika. And then Krishna asked, where is that so big demon that you mentioned? Then they answered, oh, this demon is Radharani's man. You have to kill it. And therefore, she will not accept him at first. Then she will forbade him from touching her. Then after, she will cast a very crooked sidelong glance at him. And Krishna has again to melt her heart. Sri Radha is the embodiment of Mahabhav. And the only function of Mahabhav is to incite happiness in Shri Krishna's heart. Here, Madanakya Mahabhav aroused countless indescribable, transcendental sentiments in the heart of Akila Rasamrita Murti Shri Krishna, thus silencing his boastfulness. Pierced by the arrow of Srimati's crooked sidelong glance, Shri Krishna was overwhelmed by a swoon of bliss. On a battlefield, a hero faints when struck by an arrow, and his bow, arrows, crown, clothes, ornaments, everything scatter. Similarly, in this battle of Cupid, the strike of one arrow-like glance makes the flute fall from the hand, the peacock feather crown fall from the head, and the yellow cloth fall from the body of the transcendental young Cupid, Krishna, and then he faints. That person whose crooked sidelong glances pierce the Braja Sundaris like Cupid's arrows has now fallen to the ground. Only by Sri Radha's sidelong glance does he who bewilders Cupid fall unconscious. That flute by whose very sweet sound hundreds and hundreds of Braja Sundaris become stricken with restlessness, like deer struck by arrows, now falls to the ground from Madhava's trembling hand. So again, the name Madhava is being used, not without reason, because Madhava comes from Madhavi. And Madhavi is the heroine who can control the hero. So therefore, when Krishna is controlled by Radharani, his name is Madhava. His peacock feather crown and an emblem of the pastimes of Braja, which enamors the minds of the Goparamanis, now rolls in the dust as a result of Sri Radha's crooked sidelong glance. That yellow cloth, which like a lightning bolt from a fresh thundercloud, emanates splendorous beauty and upon seeing which the Brajramanis gave up the honor of their lineage, has now also fallen down. This condition of the Dhiralalita Nayaka is all due to the crooked sidelong glance of Sri Radha. The embodiment of blissful rapture, Anandarasa, has fainted by the arrow of Sri Radha's sidelong glance. Although Srimati makes many attempts to break his swoon of bliss, it cannot be broken. Although Srimati makes many attempts to break this swoon of bliss, it cannot be broken. Now the service starts for the Rasa Kinkaris. With a sweet voice, a maidservant sings the Madana Raga, a melody of Cupid, which she learned from Sri Swamini. The Kinkari breaks the swoon of the hero who has fainted in prema, and thus facilitates Sri Swamini's meeting with her beloved. This is the maidservant's Rasa Paricharya, her service that enhances Rasa, to arrange for the sweet pastimes of the divine couple to begin. Then, at the end of their pastime, the maidservants desire to attain the good fortune of serving them by offering them cool water, betel nuts, garlands and fan, and so forth. So what Gurudev is describing is a very beautiful scenario in which after Krishna fainted, it's the duty of the manjaris to wake him up. So in this way, they are always ready to make the arrangements for the meeting of Radha and Krishna. Text 21. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.646 describes the mood of a sadhaka who has attained attachment for Radha Dasya. Tvayopa bhukta shraga gandha vasolankara charchitaha uchista bhojino dasas tava mayam jayamahi. O Prabhu, we decorate ourselves with the garlands, sandalwood paste, cloth, and ornaments worn by you. Since we are your servants, who subsist on your remnants, we will certainly conquer your illusory energy, Maya. Therefore, Prabhu, we are not afraid of your Maya. We are only afraid of being separated from you. So now the commentary of Srila Gurudeva, Bhajana Rahasya Vritti. Persons who are not inclined to serve Shri Krishna perform various activities such as resting, sitting, traveling about, staying in one place and running after recreation with the purpose of their own sense enjoyment. However, if the same activities are connected to the Supreme Lord, the living entity becomes eternally blessed. If the living entity is eager for the service of honoring the remnants enjoyed by Shri Krishna, such as garlands, fragrant oils, clothes, and ornaments, he will not be ensnared by the bondage of material existence. Here, Sri Uddhava is saying to the Supreme Lord, by obtaining your remnants, the living entity becomes freed from the slavery of the illusory energy. Hari Bhakti Vilasa states that a person who doubts the potency of items offered to Sri Vishnu will reside in hell for eternity. One should not disrespect Mahaprasad. Even Mahaprasad that has fallen from the mouth of a dog is supremely pure and acceptable, even for a Brahmana. Prasadam, or items offered to ancient deities, or deities established by Mahapurushas, is extremely pure and worthy of acceptance. But it is not proper to distribute the prasadam of deities who have been established here and there by persons who indulge in sense enjoyment. This is confirmed in Sri Narada Pancharatra. Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidindina Aikantik Hare Bhaktirut Pat Eva Kalpate. Even one who practices one-pointed devotion to Sri Hari will only create a disturbance if he abandons the rules of Shruti, Smriti, the Puranas, and the Narada Pancharatra. The remnants of Shri Krishna are called Mahaprasad. When a pure devotee honors this Mahaprasad, his remnants are called Mahaprasad. Shri Krishna Das Kaviraja Goswami says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antalila 1660, Bhakta Pada Duli ar Bhakta Pada Jal, Bhakta Bhukta Avashesha Itina Mahabal. The foot dust of a devotee, the water that has washed his feet, and the remnants of food left by him are three very powerful items. By serving these three items, Krishna Prema Bhakti will appear. They are extremely powerful. It is improper for a sadhaka bhakta to imitate the behavior of pure devotees. Once my Gurudev, then Sri Vinod Bihari Brahmachari, and his godbrother Shri Narahari Prabhu went to Sri Vangshidas Babaji's Bhajan Kuti to take his darshan. Babaji had offered tea and was distributing it. Vinod Bihari and Narahari Prabhu also received some tea prasad. Vinod Bihari paid his respects to it, put it aside, and did not take it. When Narahari Prabhu asked him why, Shri Vinod Bihari answered philosophically, "An object which is taken by a Mahabhagavat can still be unsuitable for us. Mahadeva drank a deadly poison. He is capable of doing that, but if an ordinary person drinks poison, he is sure to die. For a sadhaka, it is only proper to follow the rules of the Bhakti Shastras." So now text 22. The late afternoon pastimes, Aparana Lila, are described in Govinda Lilamrita 19.1. Sri Radham Praptagyaham Nijaraman Krita Kliptananopaharam Sushnatam Ramyavesham Priyamukha Kammalaloka Purna Pramodam Shri Krishna Chaparani Brajam Anuchalitam Denu Vrindair Vayasyahi Sri Radha Loka Triptam Pitrimukha Militam Matrim Rishtam Vismarami. In the afternoon, after Madhyana Lila, Sri Radha goes to her home, bathes and gets dressed and decorated. On the affectionate order of Sri Jashomati, she prepares a variety of preparations, including Karpura Keli and Amrita Keli, for her Prananatha Sri Krishna. As he returns to Braj from the forest with the cows and sakas, she beholds his lotus face and becomes filled with delight. Sri Krishna also becomes fully satisfied by beholding her. After meeting with Sri Nanda and the other paternal gopas, he is bathed and dressed by the mature maternal gopis. I contemplate this Sri Radha Krishna. So another commentary of Srila Gurudeva Bhajana Rahasya. The various pastimes of Sri Radha Krishna during midday, Madhyana, such as water sports, playing dice, swinging, and laughing and joking, are now completed. In the house of Nanda, Sri Swamini is not able to feed her Priyatama with her own hands, but at midday, her desire to serve in this way is fulfilled. Krishna goes to the forest with his sakas to herd the cows, and on the pretext of beholding the beauty of the forest, he slips away from his sakas to go to Swamini. The text 20 described Krishna's condition when he sees Swamini's charmingly attractive lotus face. After Madhyana Lila, Sri Radha and her Sakis return to her home in Javat, and Shyamasundar, along with his calves and sakas, also returns from the forest. In her home, Sri Swamini busily performs various activities with a restless mind, eagerly desiring to meet with her Priyatama. At the time of Sri Krishna's return, the sakas accompany him, play their horns and other instruments, making a tumultuous sound. The Brajavasis become extremely blissful when they see the dust flying from the cows' hooves. The arrival of Sri Krishna is like the arrival of the raining season. The sky is filled with clouds of dust raised by the cows. The song of the flute is like a shower of nectar raining from the sky, and the cows mooing is like the rumbling of clouds. Like extremely thirsty Chataka birds, who only drink rainwater as it falls, the Brajavasis come forward. When the cowherd boys leave to go cowherding, Krishna walks in the front, and when they return, Baladeva Prabhu is at the front. When Shri Krishna passes through the village of Javat, Sri Radha sees him through the small latticed windows of her house. Shri Krishna also craves the darshan of his beloved, and sometimes receives it directly when he begs something from her. Before Priyaji can give him anything, though he steals her heart like a dexterous thief. But my Swamini is no less. She also steals the heart of her Priyatama. Now each acts with the heart and mind of the other. Srila Jiva Goswami, in his Sri Yuga Lastakam number 6, he prays, Krishna chitta stita radha radha chitta stito hari jivane nidhani nityam radha krishno gatir mama. Radha is always firmly situated within the mind of Krishna, and Krishna is always firmly situated within the mind of Radha. May Radha and Krishna be my shelter in life or death. Service to that divine couple is my only desire object. Shri Krishna arrives at his home, the house of Nanda. With the end of her sari, Jashoda cleans her Lala's face. which is covered with dust from the cows, performs arati, and then placing him on her lap, breastfeeds him. After some time, Krishna goes to milk the cows. Upon his return, Yashoda bathes him and very lovingly feeds him the sweets sent by Sri Radha. Sri Radha's kinkaris have darshan of all these pastimes, and returning to their Swamini, who is restless and agitated, relate all these events to her. He who chants Harinam while contemplating these pastimes will, by Sri Swamini's grace, become eligible to one day serve these pastimes. So in this way, Gurudev is giving his blessings here by saying that when you chant Harinam, if you remembered all these pastimes, Radharani, she will be merciful to you. So, in this way, we are going to stop now and continue next time from the chapter 6. Pancha kalpatarvesha kripa sindhu bevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Haribo.